Okay, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. What do we have going on? You got CPS, you got DHS, and all these people who friggin' either one, mess up, their kids are taken away from them, and, well, you got the stress of going through the system to get your kids out of trouble, and to get your kids out of the system. And so how are you enjoying your kids? You're going through enough stress with the government. This is for everybody. Sometimes these kids are taken and the parents do nothing wrong. But you don't have time to enjoy them because either A, you don't have them, or B, you have them, but you are under such strict supervision that you are constantly stressed out about the system and the government that is controlling your lives, that you can't enjoy them. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Verse 42, all thy trees and the fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Well, guess what, America? We are very low. And the nations that surround us, they're the strangers, and they are very high. The illegal immigrants are banking everything. Pretty hardcore reality, isn't this? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Because we're broke. He shall be the head. We're talking about the others, China, and all of this. And you shall be the tail. We are fallen. Our dollar is falling. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. That's pretty potent right there. In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness. In this country, our enemies are actually kind of within, isn't it? They are controlling how you can plant your foods. They are controlling of what they put in your foods. How much food you can buy by either A, rising the prices up, or B, going to the store and buying a box of cereal for the same price of what a bigger box used to cost maybe 2 years ago. Not to mention all the chemicals that they're putting in your food. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. As swift as the eagle flies, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. That's a big one. You got Russia that's upset with us right now because of what we're doing in Libya. China, you know, I mean, come on. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. They don't care if you're 5 years old, 4, 3, 23, 33, 43. They will do what they will, because they rule over you because you are a slave, because you have cursed yourself with all of the crap that's being done in this country. We're all to blame. We're all guilty. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kine, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, till thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God has given thee. We have been protected for a long time. And my friends, I believe that protection is wearing thin very quick. Look around you. Look at what's going on with the flooding. You have an oil spill in the Yellowstone River, with the droughts down southeast Texas area. Canada too, they got wildfires going on. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God has given thee, in the siege and the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave. I don't know if that's directly toward cannibalism. It kind of sounds like the part in Matthew where Jesus talks about the son, the brother against the sister, the son against the mother, the daughter against the father. That's what that kind of seems like to me. You know, this whole, what is it, that bill, H.R. 1388. That's what that kind of seems like to me. If you don't know what that bill is, you should go check it out. Anywhere, anybody, I think it's from 16 up to 35 has to at least serve 1 to 2 years, I think it is, under some kind of a military security type force with labor and all that kind of stuff. You'll have to check it out. If I can, I'll post a video on it later. But H.R. 1388, I'm sure most of you know what that is. That's what that kind of seems like to me, what that is. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left of him to the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband. I just got done talking about this just a couple seconds ago. Of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. They will turn you in. You will be delivered up. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. Like I said, it could mean cannibalism. I'm not saying that's, you know, that's not what is going to happen here. But, what I was just talking about earlier seems like a really good possibility of what that also could mean. Might mean both. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord your God. Well, there you have it. I really hope you guys take this to heart. I will be posting the chapters, the chapter and 1 through 58, so you guys can read it for yourselves. Stay tuned for the next video.